But I feel that we need to... Darkest Dodo has proven their worth to the colony time and again. Look, some of the proof is still outside. Right now. They need a lung. Right, now we go back in. Any of you still alive? Lake here is still alive. Dead in 1 hour. If I'd considered that properly, I probably would have gone for you. But alas. What is the drug dependency? A waster has a built-in drug dependency. They need psychite. It's much like the Hussar. Whereas the Hussar needs processed psychoid. They need go juice specifically. Whereas a waster can consume anything that's made of psychite. So psychite tea would work. I do have organs in crypto sleep. That is true. That is actually very true. And I get nothing from releasing them because they're part of another group. Like they're part of a random group. They would not give me any faction goodwill. You make a very, very good point. Very well. I will replace that arm though, because that arm is wasted on you. Very well. This Muffalo should easily be able to handle this. So that problem is now dealt with. Oh, good lord, there's so much stuff I need to clean up though. God damn. I think we're gonna build. I almost feel like I need a separate storage room again. I think it might be time for me to take out this tank and move a bunch of storage stuff down here, or move all of my clothes. Actually, I could move all my clothing up there. Ooh, that would actually work. Huh. Yeah, maybe. I think we're gonna keep this as just a workroom. Move a bunch of storages in there and maybe make this into an armory. Yes, I like that. I like that a lot. Actually, I should probably have them facing down at all times. That way I can easily see the veils and such that they're wearing. I have them turned around, although that makes sense because they'd always then be looking into the room. It doesn't work as well for me to be able to actually see what's on them. Could make that a mortar room, yeah, sure. Definitely could. I'm hoping you're going to be able to win that fight, but actually there's no guarantee, I suppose. How are they doing? Yeah, they should be fine. Right. Yeah, that was certainly they're still alive. Oh, that's a little bit annoying. How long is on that ability of yours? 15? Oh, you've got another use. Never mind. Okay, where are you? Presently, you're researching. No. You're coming up here to help out once again with another Muffalo who can take on these scallywags. Actually, down here would be better for me. Good enough. I should have gotten 2 of them at the same time. That would have been better, ultimately. Wow, okay. They are annoyingly good at what they do. Leafy Pew, I think I might take you out to have a little bit of a fight. Okay. You got an infection. Hopefully we can treat that. Can't see any reason why we wouldn't be able to. So, let's move you 2 out and just let them come to us. You may die on the traps. Okay, you got hit, but that's okay. Well done. And there is one more. Let's go out. Then we will hunt you. Move that. I think from here we should be okay. Let's get you right back. There we go. Jobs are done. Okay, you all need to head back now. And everyone can go off this to unrestricted. I feel like I'm at this point again where I actually need everyone to haul. And then just some of them will also do cleaning if they get the chance to. What are those creatures? Those were flesh beasts. There we go. Treating Infern. No longer incapable of walking. Noted. Alright, I just need people to clean up a bit right now. We're in a bit of a... This is a bit of a sketchy situation, honestly. Lots of things I need done. Crete is currently building the walls and the traps up here, which actually I'm okay with. Darkus Dodo. We've got good helmets. I think I might tell everyone to unequip their current combat gear and then re-equip based on the best armors that we have. Well, I guess I could try that. So, civilian there, civilian here, all the way down. Everyone just go and take off your armors for a moment. I know everyone has had to wear them for a while. It has been rough, but let's just switch people out to the best kind of basic gear they've got. Then I will switch them back across in a little bit. Another infection. Not too terribly surprised by that. Hopefully they get taken care of, but I'm not going to mess with the orders of things for now. Your flu is okay. It's not great, but generally their infections are... They're building up an okay immunity, by and large. We're managing with the heal route that we have. Very nice. See, all the basic graft. I kind of need this to stop. Stop researching for a little bit. I need everyone who can research to be doing other things like cleaning and... Like, research isn't a high priority task right after a raid. I'll resume research in a little bit, but right now half the colony is in bed. And we're also dealing with 2 captured people, 2 rescued people. And there's a time for prioritizing research and a time for prioritizing just trying to keep the colony afloat, and now is very much the latter. There we are. Let's get bodies buried as well. That's actually the important thing, because we're the good guys, chat. Never forget. We are the good guys. We're just practical good guys. Some people confuse that with being the bad guys, but they are very different things. Could a flu person not do some research? I would rather them clean the hospital than do research right now. Would legitimately prefer that. That is so much more important. These are built. We've got 2,000 kibble. How's the food of it? Ooh, nutrition in this pen is really bad. It's from all of the gubbins that was gone. All right. I need to start feeding hay to my animals. I don't want it to be something they go for immediately, but let's try. We'll go through the hay grass. Well, kibble is actually more useful. I think kibble is more nutritious. .05, and the hay... Oh, actually, no. 0.05, they're both the same. But the kibble is making use of meat. So I would say use that, because I'm replacing some of the... Well... Yeah, I feel like I don't have a lot of hay grass available, but then I can just grow more of it. I suppose hay grass is the thing to go for. Heat stroke. It is quite warm, to be fair. Good lord, how's it that hot in there? Alright. Fair. Fair. It doesn't have a vent. Many of the rooms don't, actually. Let's try and equalize some of these temperatures, eh? I'm going to remove this door. And that door. I don't think they're as useful for me. Either that or I just keep them... A door that's held open will... actually, yeah, no. A door that's held open, I believe, will always mean that it equalizes. So instead of putting these vents in, just hold the doors open. It still maintains that it is a room that way, without meaning that I need to A, slow down to get in there, but also equalize the temperatures. At least I believe that to be the case. Could be wrong. Is the ventilation block unroofed? Oh, it should be. Oh no. No, when I was painting, god damn it. It was unroofed. Recently I may have accidentally not. Had it. Can you do... No, you won't do construction. It's just removing a roof. It won't take you long. Thank you for catching that, chat. Go, go, go. There we are. That should fix some things. Oof. Gigantic oof. I was just dumping heat into everything. Okay, they had a crisis of belief. Their spirit has broken. As a result, she was forced to question everything. This happened because of poor mood. Final straw, ate kibble. See, people think I'm mad. People think I'm just mean for the sake of it. I am never such a thing. Now you are a peoples, and you may eat simple foods. Well done. You got a vac suit on? Wow. Maybe we don't leave them have all of this, actually. Maybe... prisoner clothes. I was forced to eat kibble. There is no God. Yeah, pretty much. It's exactly how that went down. Okay, so when you take this stuff off them, you also need to remove their things from the room. Apparently there's nowhere for me to put that. Unacceptable. We'll get it done in a moment, though. All right. We've got a bunch of things to do. I'm going to keep an eye on where people are moving. I think we're still burying people after that fight. Yeah, we are. Because we're the good guys. Okay. We got plate mail. All right. Randy doesn't agree. No. Randy wouldn't be testing our conviction to be the good guys if he didn't agree that we were. He's just making sure. That's all. Just making sure. Unfortunately, that does put us in a bit of a tricky position. Are they attacking immediately? Yes. Okay. Leafy Pew's brother is here as well. Oh, that's a bit of a problem. However, we have a bit of a solution, I feel. In that there are a bunch of Thrumbos on the map. Creech should be able to anger them. They should be able to fix our problem for us. But you know what? It's been 3 hours since I started streaming. That's way too long for me to have run out of my drinks. So we're going on a tea break right here, right now. Colony is limping towards recovery, but it is definitely still in a not great place. They are going to be attacking immediately. So, Satria, let me just be sure that you're going to be safe. Get in. Crete, I want you to go up here and around the corner. I want this door to be held open so that when you run back through it, it should hook close, and the Thrumbos on the other side, well, they'll probably attack it, but hopefully we'll be all right. We'll see. The main thing is that they're going to have other things to attack other than us. How many siblings did Leafy Pew have? Let's have a look. So, Crete, and then Green. Crete, are they also your brother? No. Okay. Father-in-law. Oh, might be. Right, either way, we're going to step away. Idea is Crete's going to go out here, go in range 4 Thrumbos, who honestly, with that, should be able to finish everyone out here, and then some. Immediately following this, I'm going to need Crete, who is our best builder, to aggressively repair this door. Because that Thrumbo is going to be very angry and is going to be making their way over here. But that will come in the next few minutes. Let's have a quick gander at my wealth once again, because it is terrifying, actually. We're up to 124,000 wealth. I would rather be somewhere around here, honestly, about 75,000. We were once in that kind of area, but recent happenings have driven our wealth up very aggressively. Buildings have been driving our wealth up, to be fair. But it's mostly the items. And I need to shed that a bit. We'll see what we can do. Hopefully we can find some friends to give some items to. We'll see. But while I'm away, I will leave Quantum in charge. And when we return, we'll crack on with another raid. Oh, let me just double check something. Yeah, they're fairly close together. How far apart were they? 2 days. We got 2 days. Randy gave us 4 days after the infestation. What a treat. 1 day before that, area revealed that wasn't really anything. Oh, actually, no. No, we got a whole 8 days. Oh, no, sorry. We got a whole 9 days from the Murd Mech Hive to the infestation. But it's just before that, it was 2 days, then 1 day, then no days, and 5 days. Yeah. It's been a time of times. All right, back soon, chat. Okay. Did you miss me, chat? I missed you. Aavak, I found a neat little free open source tycoon game. It seems like it might be up our alley. The best place to suggest any kind of games is in the suggestion thread on Discord. You can get to there by !Discord. All right. Okay. Now, before we unpause, chat, I would like to invite you to share your sage wisdom with me. I am aware that I struggle with a specific part of the game. And that part is often the point where you're starting to enter the mid-game. And I've had some streams where I've done what I think was particularly well. Not specifically wealth management, but wealth management is a part of the difficulties that I'm going to address here. I sometimes, often struggle with that kind of transition from early game and then that period in the middle to late game. I find myself stagnating with kind of the early game mindset, which inevitably leads to wealth bloat and just not progressing and upgrading hard enough, and then eventually getting steamrolled by late game threats. Now, in the past, I have found, like, if I really try and focus on what I'm doing and remind myself, hey, I'm being idle too long, I'm staying in the same place, I'm not progressing. The times when I've done the best is when I'm actively going out trading, and not specifically to shed wealth, but specifically to look for things that increase my capability of dealing with late game threats. Things like shock lances, triple rocket launchers, that kind of stuff. Actively going out and finding these threat deletion devices. But even then, I still feel like I kind of stagnate a bit around the mid game. So share with me your wisdom. Tell me how you transition from like the early game, just trying to get into a stable place where we can survive, because we are definitely past that. If we weren't being raided, this would be completely sustainable forever. How do you move from this point to like ramping up to deal with endgame threats? Let's see what chat is saying. You actually think we're wise? Ah, okay. I get that a lot as well, says Brackstar. Plus having no armor and losing important starting points to a single shot. Yeah, that's rough. Peter Pete just said turrets. Okay. So you're suggesting try to, you know, bull rush towards turrets in the tech tree. Build a big ship. Yeah, I mean, that is an option, yeah. I thought the strat was just raiding ancient dangers forever for like power armors for everyone year one. Oh, okay. Is that how you go with it, Neo? At this stage, I aggressively send gifts to enemy factions. Keeps wealth down, reduces number of raids. True. With the latest DLC, you can run away and not stay and fight till the end. Yeah, that's the thing. Killbox, lots of high-level armor. Okay. I definitely think that going the nomadic style is a get-out-of-jail button. I actually strongly agree with that. Having... Oh God, I wish I could take these with me. I want to put these life support units on my ship. Power forever. All right. So, raiding ancient complexes, getting high-end loot would increase your wealth, but as long as the loot is dangerous, then it also increases your survivability. Not staying in one place and just slowly bloating with wealth over the course of the game, also probably wise. You said, if I'm trying to actually survive instead of roleplay, yeah. I just prioritize ancient dangers, but I also play heavily modded. Fair. Thanks for the insight. Filthy Phil says, I work on side powers. Full flak armor and assault rifles for everyone. That's definitely something to aim for, yeah. I think of it as how the colony collectively feel. They are tired of blood machines, oppression, and feel an increased urge to progress, yeah. Speaking of ancient dangers, I did find that the landing on random tiles without quests and features, I was often finding 2 ancient dangers on many of the maps. Oh, really? Okay. Reidry says, if you put grav foundation beneath the wall and tile the life support system is on, you can take them with you. You sure? Because that is technically on this wall, is it not? Wouldn't I have to remove the wall in order to be able to take this with me? Okay. Definitely things to think about. Replace the wall with... Oh, I could replace it with a spaceship. Well, no, I can't, because to replace the wall, you have to have the floor underneath it, because you can only build the spaceship wall on a wall with the floor. Like, I would need to remove that wall first, which would probably kill this. All right, we have our plan. We have our plan of action. I'm going to say bring everyone except people who are pretty low. Oh, no, sorry. Bring everyone except you. Okay, never mind. Can I just deselect? Yeah, there we are. Drafted, move. You, move. Go, go, go. Move fast, though. Darkest Dodo can make a flash beast over there, perhaps. Right. No. I want this to be slow. Slow. Right, you're in position. Oh, God, I can't. Yeah, it's the wrong weapon, really. Super wrong weapon. Would you even be able to get away? They move at 5. You move at 4.6. It's remotely possible. Especially with the door open. Are you going to be lucky? Do it. Run. Already be running. Already be running, please. It's all down to how fast you run now. Everything about this is down to how fast you run. You've got to move. Slow. Move. Slow. Move. Thank God for that side cast, though. Oh, my Lord. In we go. And out to the other side, please don't. No, stupid. Yeah, no, why animals? My animals, why are you dumb? We're going to lose the sacred boar. No, the sacred boar and the yak. The boar instructed the yak to come with it out to save the colony. Well done. Very well done. Door, please close. Please don't close. Oh, okay. Wah. Right, 4 enraged Thrumbos are enough to handle... Honestly, they can take people on who are, like, you know, really well geared. I strongly suspect that we're okay at this point. But let's get down here. Because the only problem is that we're going to have to deal with the Thrumbos afterwards. Oh, they're going to break through, aren't you? I needed to keep you over there to repair that door. I was very much hopeful that everything over here... No, oh, perfect. Yes. I was hopeful that they would get distracted by the attackers. All right, so let's have a quick look-see at these Thrumbo. 98% health. 85. 73. Honestly, I'm kind of impressed they've managed to do that. And that's after one of them got shot with a chain shotgun. And running over several of my spike traps. Yeah. This one at 85% health was the one that got shot first by a chain shotgun. Yak one gave birth. Is the yak out here? My blessed boar. Where's my blessed yak? Is my blessed yak gone? Where the hell did the yak go? No idea. Not a clue. Not sure where you're going. Really? You arsehat. He's going to break my stuff. No. There's no running away from this. That's right. Lead them up to the other one over there. Oh, they managed to take it out. Wow. Kind of impressed. But everyone is chasing the Thrumbos now, which is good. That's the most significant threat. Oh, yeah, there's the yak. Okay, I think we go back up this way. We deal with you if we're able to. But yeah, he's breaking my stuff. Absolute scallywag. Thankfully, though, you have led them up there, so they're probably going to come in there and go for you. And, oh, my lord. Those fleeing tribes people could not have done us a bigger favor than that. Because I would have had to have gone out and dealt with that. Does a Thrumbo have any special trainable abilities? Thrumbo roar. Command the Thrumbo to release a deafening roar. This has a chance to cause hostile humans and animals to tremble in fear, reducing their movement speed and manipulation. Maybe. Oh, wow. That did not go well for you, did it? No. I'm glad. You didn't deserve for it to go well for you. Okay, let's have a look at who's outside. Good skills. Very good skills, actually. Ugly, but... as long as you're not... Oh, you've already lost a leg, so probably no then. What about you? Baby. Pessimist, delicate, kind. Very good melee. We can possibly rescue you. Nothing else. You've got 2 good lungs on you. What do you think, chat? I mean, I need a lung, so... Given that, you're just as... Oh, you're dead in 2 hours. You're dead in 4. So, Tria, how fast are you capable of moving? Alright. Go and... capture them. The others... They're trying to flee. Will they get off them? Right, okay. We're going to have a big load of... Okay. Well, you know what? Attacking anyone you see is not a problem for us right now, actually. Okay, there's a couple of things that I could do here. One of them, interestingly, is turn you into a flesh beast monstrosity. And then run away. I do believe that might work. Dark Soda? I would like the Thrumbo horn, though. Actually, Okay, let's have a look at the Thrumbos. How badly messed up are they? They are not badly messed up at all, which is a very, very big sad. But can we make them badly messed up, I wonder? Possibly. Take aim. Daka Daka, please. Okay, that's good. This is going to go very south very fast. And that was some good shots there. They have switched to target. Dead in 14 hours. Dead in 19 hours. Dead in 9 hours. Okay, everyone back in. Go, go, go. Now's the time to move. Get in. Right, Crete. You're in the right place. Good, good. Move to the side. Fern Dragon, move up. Move back. Move up. Crete, start repairing. Perfect. Keep it up. We can probably out-repair this door. In fact, they've already lost interest. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Now here's the thing. I can't go out for my yak, which sucks. We've got a baby yak out there. We've got a blessed boar out there, but they're not in any threat from the Thrumbos. I think we just wait for the Thrumbos to bleed out, and we could even... Am I going to try and add a Thrumbo to our menagerie? I feel like we shouldn't. See, the thing is, when the Thrumbos go down, we'll have an opportunity to possibly get them back up. All right. Go about your business. Go and eat at the table, please. That's what I made it for. Really? Scallywags. All right. Locking the doors. No one goes out. No, I specifically only want the sandstone. Oh, man. Okay, fine. Whatever. I'll come and get these doors in a bit. Right, so how long have you got? You've got 8 hours, 13 hours, 18 hours. So realistically, there's only one that we're going to be able to save. Because the others will have already died from their wounds by then. Major break risk. Yeah, I can imagine. Okay, you pop that in there. Go deal with them, please. Aye. Don't lose this. You've got a Zeus hammer. I mean, that is definitely one way of dealing with a situation like this. A bruise caused them to die. Unfortunately, the drill arm is now gone. That sucks on so many levels. All right. It is what it is. Honestly, there was enough other things going down that I needed to just get that dealt with. I probably should have had Satria drop the Zeus hammer for that fight. But they did have a drill arm, which is the problem, because the drill arm is actually quite a decent weapon. I actually bring that up at all. No, I can't bring it up, sadly. Right, well. Look, right now I just need you to all chill out. Take your time. One of the Thrumbos has already stopped being Manhunter now, probably passed out and then woke up again. The others will too. Like, we could try and rescue it, but I really don't think we should. Everyone's still full up with the flu, by the way. They've managed all of this whilst being full up with the flu, which is honestly quite impressive. Just waiting on you now. You're dead in 11 hours. Sanguine Congress. A Sanguophage named Schlitzer is looking for a safe place to meet with 3 other Sanguophages where they won't be tracked. Their leader, Schlitzer, is asking for you to host the meeting at Tequila Sunset. If you accept, 4 Sanguophages will arrive at Tequila Sunset from different directions. They will spend several hours discussing their own secret issues before departing. They promise to give you your reward before they leave. They may betray this. You may betray the Sanguophages and attack them. Downed Sanguophages can be forced to turn one of your own colonists into a Sanguophage. At what point do we consider defeating the blood machines sent by God to not be an ends worthy of certain means that may, given a particular inclination, be described as becoming the blood machines ourselves? We can win, but at what cost? We're already blood machines, technically. That's true, actually. Okay, so let me put it a different way. Now that we have electricity, the option to become a mechanitor is open to us. We are already space wizards. 3 of us are space wizards. What if a space wizard could also be a puppet master of blood machines? But what if also a blood machine themselves? So what I'm asking is, would it be wrong of me to make Tequila Jane a mechanitor Sanguophage space wizard? In the interests of leading her tribe to ultimate victory over God. From some angles, you could even say that this was selfless. Totally reasonable amount of hubris. How to overthrow God if you're suffering from age-related malady? That is true. That is true, Telastin. Really, Tequila Jane is considering accepting the ultimate price for victory to ensure the survival of her tribe. His tribe. Tequila Jane is considering the terrible burden, the awful curse of immortality, to outlive all one's peoples and descendants, to grow old, knowing that everyone else will simply die. What a hero. All right, how long do we have on that quest? 2 days. Let's let the Thrumbos not be murderous anymore. The Thrumbos are no longer murderous. Hooray! Let's go collect all the Thrumbo bits. You know what? Let's just let Thrumbo. Well, no. No. Let's turn that off. Let's cancel that. Cancel that designation. Let's not do that. And the reason why we're not going to do that is very important. Because they could wake up, and then we'd still try to hunt them, and then we'd be back in the same place. All right. I will accept that quest. We are going to accept it for xenogerm implantation. Tequila Jane. That scar of yours will be no more. No more a scar, Tequila Jane. You lost an ear. That's fine. The scar is so much worse. Kagatsuchi, though. Ooh. Who do we give this to? Like, genuinely. I mean, there's a lot to be said about the leader taking on this terrible burden, but what about our killer healer? With blood. I'm not sure I could turn this one down. That's so perfect. But then again, so is sanguine. Bloodlusting or sanguine, either one has a certain relevance there. Yes, true. We can pass it on later. Yeah, that's very true. A night owl, that's also kind of appropriate when you think about it. Or maybe we give it to the genie Dark Stranger. With the ability to turn body cadavers into flesh beasts. I mean, there's many, many things to do here. Now, just to be clear, can I bring up information on it? I can't. Okay, I'm going to have to wait for them to show up to show you some of the stats of a Sanguophage. But they are very good. However, we do not know death resting. Death resting is not a thing that we can currently do. It's a lot. We will have to immediately abandon our grav tech research in order to switch over to death rest research. Because someone going down without death rest is rough. Sanguine is just an archaic reference to the old For Humans model. I know where it comes from. I'm just kind of laughing about it because, you know, sanguine, exsanguination, etc., etc. Keep vampires and mechanoids separate, said Silent Psychopath. Okay, so there's actually quite a good practical reason to do that. Silent Psychopath isn't just you know, for thematic reasons suggesting that. Oh, they might be, but there is actually a solid reason to do that. And that is, if a Sanguophage has to go into death rest, it basically takes them out of the pool, and so their machines start going a little bit crazy if they don't get back out of that fast enough. Right, okay, let's jump to the location. Hello. Right, so the Sanguophage. Here's the important information we need. 1, gene implantation. You can implant your genes, but it takes time. You have to grow them back. And they grow back very slowly. And if you try to implant again before that opportunity, you die. It's like straight up death. Ageless. Carriers of this gene have archites in their bloodstream which continuously reverse the process of aging. Starting at the age of 13, carriers begin to biologically age slower. By 18, the aging process has stopped completely. They exist in physical prime. I believe they don't regress. They just don't age anymore. But you can fix that with biosculpting. Deathless. Carriers of this gene have archites in their blood which will sustain their life processes no matter what. As long as the brain remains intact, a carrier of this gene will never die. As we've seen before, that, you know, shooting the head off is a very good way of killing someone. Non-senescent. Now, this one is a big one. Carriers of this gene do not go through senescence in the normal way. For those who aren't familiar with the term, senescence is any age-related malady that is typically a consequence of being old. So, you know, think of it in terms of the random errors accumulated over a lifetime's worth of cell reproduction. That's what senescence is. Dementia, cancers, those sorts of things. They never get chronic age-related diseases like cancer, bad back, cataracts, or dementia. Archite metabolism. Carriers of this gene have special archites in their cells that facilitate and optimize metabolism. This improves overall genetic and metabolic quality. This one only actually exists so this gene type can be made, because otherwise there wouldn't be enough like genetic complexity available to make this. Could you death refusal? Ooh. A death refusing deathless pawn would be an interesting one. Huh. Not thought about that, but that's very good. Perfect immunity. Carriers of this gene have archite-enhanced immune systems which intelligently destroy invaders. They are totally immune to most normal illnesses. I think they would still die to Luciferium, but I'm actually not sure about that. So they can't get flu, malaria, sleeping sickness, plague, infection, lung rot, gut worms, muscle parasites, or organ decay. Scaria isn't mentioned. Scarless. Oh, Scaria isn't mentioned. Scarlet. Carriers of this gene have a special type of regenerator cell, which can heal old wounds and chronic illnesses like bad back. Every 15 to 30 days, one old wound of chronic illness is healed. Right, and the next thing, hemogenic. Carriers of this gene have a reserve of biological strength powered by a resource called hemogen. The resource can be gained and spent in various ways, all of which are unlocked by other genes. Carriers lose 2 hemogen per day from biological entropy, so even if they do nothing, they'll lose 2 hemogen a day. Hemogen drain. Carriers lose an additional 8 hemogen per day from biological entropy. So again, they will lose 10 hemogen a day no matter what. But this one gives them a lot of metabolic efficiency. So basically, the way to think about this, for anyone who's unfamiliar with biotech, complexity is how complicated the xenogerm is. And you're kind of gated based on this. Archon capsules is how much, ultra intelligent AI to the point of being an alien mind level of technology nanobots are needed to make this work. None of these are natural. They cannot be passed down, even if Sanguophages weren't sterile. But this could never be passed down because this is literally because there are nanobots in their bloodstream that are doing it. But metabolic efficiency is the more complicated a xenotype becomes, the more metabolically expensive it is to be. So let's say a good example is when you're working out a lot, when you're lifting, you get hungrier. Your body's doing more work. It's building more new structures, more dense muscle fibers. It's repairing a lot of things. It needs fuel for that, and that fuel is your food, so you eat more. If you do very little, like you've got a desk job in like a data center, just data entry sort of thing, you go home, you don't play any sports, you need a lot less fuel to get through your day. Now, and that's nothing to say about how much fuel you want to consume, because ice cream is still ice cream at the end of the day, but you don't need it. Whereas someone like a lumberjack or a miner, they need quite a lot more than the average person because they're using a lot more in day to day. Just by existing, a complex xenogerm needs more fuel because its body is doing a lot more. It's being lots more being asked of it. So when you are balancing out a xenogerm, like if we get to the point that we're making custom xenogerms and implanting them, like we get heavy into genetic manipulation, we will need to balance the complexity and the metabolic efficiency. Make it too complex and our pawns now eat 3 times the amount of food as a normal person. Or you can go the opposite direction and actively make them worse in some way so that they eat less. Like if you gain a positive metabolic efficiency, you just use your fuel more efficiently. But now I want ice cream even though I don't need it. Damn it. I'm sorry, Demi, my bad. Blood feeder. Carriers of this gene have a small retractable fang and an organ on the roof of their mouth which can extract hemogen from fresh, warm blood. They can bite an unresisting person, suck the blood, and gain hemogen directly. Gives ability blood fed, mood, blood torch +2, so if you've got a blood torch. Takes effect after age 3. Okay, that's an interesting one. Coagulate. Carriers of this gene have a special gland on their hand and wrist, as well as unique salivary compound that they can use to rapidly tend wounds. Basically, if whoever we make into the Sanguophage, let's say we made Kagutsuchi into the Sanguophage, and Crete got shot and was bleeding out quite badly, Kagutsuchi could legitimately lick the wound to close it. And everyone would be like, really get a room, guys. And they're like, what? This is totally how I heal people. What do you mean? Blah, blah, blah. Kagutsuchi and Crete obviously are lovers. Long jump legs. Carriers of this special hemogen-powered have special hemogen-powered muscle fibers in their legs, which allow them to jump great distances. Basically, a jump pack without being a jump pack. Death rest. Carriers of this gene must periodically regenerate. Now, this is the part that we would immediately need to switch our research to death rest. Carriers of this gene must periodically regenerate themselves in a special coma called death rest. Death rest takes days, but can confer substantial bonuses. Death rest can be accelerated and its effects enhanced by the use of a variety of special buildings and technologies. Those who put off death resting will suffer from death rest exhaustion. So, you know, for a vampire who I don't believe they need almost no sleep. Carriers of this gene get tired less quickly than normal. They need very, very little sleep. But think of this like this is their actual sleep. Like, sleep to them, like normal sleep to them, like the sleep the other pawns do, is basically taking a nap. It's basically closing their eyes and resting for a moment. They're not actually asleep. They're just lying still. For them to sleep, they need to death rest. And in death rest, they are completely gone. I couldn't even draft them out of it. They are in a coma for all intents and purposes. It's as if they've died. And it takes days for them to finish. But they can go weeks between death resting. I think it can be quite long, especially if you've built the death rest casket well and you're buffing their death rest abilities. But the thing about death resting is that they will eventually do it whether you can put them in a casket or not. It's just in a casket they get benefits. If you just tell them to death rest on a bed, it'll take them like a week to recover. But if you do it in a death rest casket, you can shorten the time by certain technologies. And you can also give them certain buffs, like they're way more efficient with their hemogen, or they're much more powerful, or they're much faster and stuff like that. But the problem is that, again, once they go down for a while. Also, if they suffer fatal damage, like someone shot out their heart, they would immediately death rest. They would be in a coma on the ground for a while. You could put them in the death rest casket and they might wake up a little bit faster, but generally, you know, it's basically whilst they're death resting, their body is repairing itself.